Hello everyone, I'm Thomas Schimmelhorn and you guys are watching Drawing, Illustrations, and Art. In this video I am showing you guys one of the latest clips of my most current progress, which is this giant forest. It's like a 19 by 24 drawing, and I'm just going through and playing around with these little tiny details and so forth. Right, I am not trying to be tight here. I am trying to be loose. My goal is actually to build up all this tone. Nothing is permanent on the page, so on and so forth. Right, my style I learned a lot from what Bob Ross teaches and so forth, which is that you work with whatever goes on the page and so forth, right? And so you're going to see a lot of manipulation here, right? And so forth. In a little bit, I'm going to bring in a kneaded eraser and pull out a lot of light sources. They're not actually light sources. At some point, that's going to get blended back out. And there's going to be this constant manipulation until I like what I have down there. But I wouldn't really be able to do this if I didn't focus on applying this tone and building this tone right up and whatnot. I'm never going to get the page as white as what it used to be, but I don't think you really need it. Nothing is purely white in real life unless it's like plastic or it's like a shine from the water and sun is just like directly hitting it intensely. Nothing is that way. Here I am trying to use the kneaded eraser to define more shapes and whatnot. This will allow me to build up more tones and change things later. You know, at some point things just get a little too dark, and you have to pull that back in. Now these vines, you should feel free to, as much as possible, without dropping the eraser, do zigzaggy little shapes. Hold it lightly, and so forth. And this will allow you to create tone, right? And then you can go back in and lift a little bit and so forth. Now here, I think that I am just going too crazy with textures on these big vines for something that we're not really going to move into. At some point, I'm probably going to change that. Not in this video, though. So on and so forth. But I did have like this idea of vines falling off the branches, and so which you'll see here in a minute as after I try and change this form in some way, shape, or form, and whatnot. Yeah, right there. We just sort of knocked that out and so forth. Really not trying to be tight. I'm very loose at this point. I'm still in a creative, sketchy type of thing, which is really how I like to draw, and it really is a lot of fun. I use the brush to just sort of move things around and create more tones. As you didn't know, the brush is there's two. There's the long brushes and so forth with the bristles, and then there's the short brushes and so forth. The short ones will be firmer and create a darker impression. So use that as you will. In the next couple of clips and so forth, a lot is going to change and so forth. Spoilers, if you know you cared. and so forth. But like this middle part is going to change and whatnot. I really wasn't feeling what was going on, and I really like what is going to be there. You won't see it here, but the reason I like charcoal so much is there's just all this manipulation that you can do with it and so on and so forth. It really lets me add to my drawing ability instead of taking away. But here, right, I was trying to create sharper shapes, and actually the real reason that I'm going to be doing that is because I realized that I needed more tone to be able to create the grass and so forth. So it's hard for me not to talk about. But a lot of this is going to change anyway. The cool thing is you'll get to see how I did that, maybe what's possible, and so on and so forth. But if you are trying to get like these tight sort of things and whatnot, you need a sharp pencil for that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about it down below, and tell me how you think I could improve. See you guys in the next one. Peace.